All right, all right, all right. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Good morning, good morning, good morning. My apologies. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but so is life. So is life. Hopefully, you guys had a great weekend. The month is flying by. It's June 3rd. We're 6 months into 2024. Quickly, does it not seem like time moves so much faster when you get older? Let me know if you feel like that. Like I feel like we just started the year. We said Happy New Year, and we're 6 months into the year. Now, if just the first time you're hearing me, my name is Coach Brian King, founder of Kingdom Day Traders. Our purpose is to touch 100,000 lives to learn the skills of day trading so they can live life on purpose and build God's kingdom. Shout out to Paul in Canada. How are you, sir? We're going to have a good time today. This is pre-market Mondays. We're going to see if we can find some setups. I'm going to be sharing my chart soon as well. Now, if you can, please say this statement with me. We call this the M3 strategy, mindset, multiplication, and management, the M3 strategy. Can I ask a question? Is it not true that one of the hardest things to do is to guard your mind? Put a 7 if I'm speaking to you. It's something about the mind that we have to keep on putting in check day to day. You have to check where your mind is. You have to remind yourself of your wins, remind yourselves of some of the challenges. Keep on pushing through when hard times happen, not if, but when. Put a 7 if I'm speaking to you. What I want to encourage you today is to stay in the journey. Type it down, please. Stay in the journey. This trading journey is not the same for everybody. Does everybody understands this? Some people will get it quicker. Some of us, it might take a little bit longer. But guess what? The Bible says 7 times a righteous man falls, and 7 times he gets back up again. So if you feel like you're at the place that you're about to fall, make sure you land with your back so that you can see straight up so that you can get back up again. Okay? Now, I want to go out there and check out the NQs. We'll look at the SP 500 as well. The good thing about this is I've been trading this a lot lately. It's literally been my go-to. So much money to be made, but you have to be at an advanced level to understand some of just the fundamentals of this stuff as well. Okay, so if you can write this down, please. Supply and demand. We're going to be checking out institutional footprint. We'll check out the VWAP. And we'll also use fixed range value and profile. Okay, so that's going to be some of the stuff that we check out as well. Now, we are in pre-market. So when we're in pre-market, one of the best things to do, and let me just go ahead and pull up my screen right quick as well, is we need to be aware of if there's any major announcements happening today and more so for this week. Okay, so let me just go ahead and share my screen. We'll bring this up and take it from there. You guys ready? Awesome. Let me go to this tab and say share this one instead. All right. So write this down, please. If you're tracking with me at 8:45 a.m., and this is Central Standard Time. So if you're East Coast, call it 9:45. We're going to have the final manufacturing PMI, and then we're going to have the 9 o'clock one, the ISM manufacturing PMI. So we have red folder news happening pretty much when the market opens, okay, right around that time. You need to tread carefully in the markets. Also on Tuesday, CPI, I'm sorry, that's for the Swiss franc, so disregard that one. We're going to have the JOLTS job openings happening at 9 a.m. on June 4th. On Wednesday, we're going to have the precursor to the non-form payroll employment change, which actually happens on Friday. And if we look throughout the week, this is a red folder week. Everybody just type in the word red folder week. Why is that important to understand? True traders are not caught off this. They plan their trading around events. Does that make sense? So when I mean saying plan your trading around events, we want to go ahead and find out when these events are happening. And we don't want to be caught up like rookies where we're taking a trade at the wrong time. So we want to be aware of what's going on. So everybody type that down. Red folder news, be aware of what the news is going. Now, maybe you might need something, maybe a little bit cleaner copy. So let me go to FinVix. This is another site that you can use. I like how it looks. Let me share this one as well. You guys see this? This is FinVix. It kind of opens up with the red box, the green box. I like it. The market is not open right now, but you can get some pre-market data that comes in. And this is pretty much like an all-in-one shop. So definitely free to sign up. Check it out. I like it because it lets me know the news, what's going on. This came out at 7:43 a.m. Jobs report in focus this week as stocks lose steam. Now, what I've also seen as well is that, oh, I'm going to read what Charger said. Always be aware with the news and what's going on. Absolutely. FinVix is the temperature of the markets. Man, you guys take a screenshot of that because that is so true. But if the job reports focuses this week, we can see some major shift happening within the markets. Does everybody understand this? What I like about trading NASDAQ 100 is that there's so much news around this that you can look at stocks. I can look at NVIDIA. I can look at Apple. I can look at what's going on with Costco, some of the top 10. And if these companies are doing well, a byproduct is the NASDAQ 100 would do well. Does that make sense? Also, if you're trading it on the futures market, you could literally see the same information across the board, and you can invest in high-level data to really get the orders when the time's coming in. What are some of the price levels? So there's so much stuff that happens with that. Does that make sense, everybody? Just put a 10 if you're tracking with me so far. Now, for the sake of time, because I have to teach a class, so I have probably about 20 minutes. I'm going to flow. Let's dive into it and see if we can find some setups, okay? And you guys let me know. Just give me a 7 in the chat if you're seeing a chart on your screen. 7 in the chat if you're seeing a chart on your screen. Please let me know, okay? So we're looking at futures. This is NASDAQ 100, the E-mini and micro. We'll be teaching this as well. What I like about this is that this allows us to kind of get some pre-market setups. Now, when I say pre-market, I'm meaning before 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time of the stock market opening. Many times you can find some money before the day even starts. Now, let me just ask everybody, who likes the idea that you could possibly get paid before 9:30 a.m.? Somebody just talk to me. What if you could have your whole day done before the day has even started? I know I can't be the only person that's excited about that. So let's dive into this. I'm going to look at the daytime frame, and everybody look at this candle. This thing is huge. You guys see this green candle? Yep. Look at that. That's what's happened so far today, right? So we're gonna zoom in a little bit, okay? Now, disregard, I'm going to have some stuff on my charts. I got to clean some of this stuff up. Reminded myself that I had to do the show today, so we'll go ahead and clear this out. Bear with me. I have my camera in the way. Okay, good. Good. Everybody see that? Now, what I like to do, and Coach Chapman also talks about this as well, is I always like to kind of mark out what's happened on the previous day, really just to establish some type of range within the market, okay? So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at this candle, and the black lines, what I'm doing, just kind of represent a range of where the candles traded so far for the previous close. Does everybody see that? Yeah, somebody talk to me. Jill said done by 9 a.m. That's what I'm talking about. Done by 9 a.m. Charger, I like this. Come on, this is my guy. He's the note taker. Pre-market setup before 9:30. You can find money before 9:30. Be pretty much done. I love it. Absolutely. Track with me, please. So, folks, do we see this range right quickly? What's happened so far, right? This was Friday, the 31st, last day of the month. And now this morning, we're seeing that this candle is already closed right above the high of Friday. Does everybody see that? Are you guys tracking with me? Does everybody see that? Now, I think it's also good for us to kind of zoom out and let's just look at a week perspective. I'm not really trading the week perspective, but I do like to look at it just to really get a gist of what's going on. And let me just ask everybody if you're tracking with me. Does it look like we're going to an uptrend? Does it look like we're going to a downtrend? Or is it sideways? What does it look like so far? Somebody talk to me, please. What does it look like so far? This is a week trend. If we count this, look at the amount of weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is 12 weeks right here. Yeah, shout out to Glenn. Morning, Glenn. Yeah, good. Very important for us to check this out. So particularly what I'm seeing so far is we might have this candle go up to the upside. We don't know yet. We still need to check it out, but we're trying to kind of build our bias up a little bit, right? Is that making sense? We need to build up a story. It's not just jumping in the trade. What is the market saying? What way can I plot and plan for this to work the best for me? It almost sounds like I'm running a business, right? Write this down, please. Trading is a business, and you better act like it. You better be updated with what's going on. You have to check at all value points and see. Look at this, folks. Going back to the daily, what do we see? I'm going to highlight this wick right quick as well, right? There's a lot of hidden zones right in here. You guys see that? Let me just put that in purple. You guys tracking? Yeah, let's keep it. So we might have a little bit reversal, but I also see that we have a supply area right quick as well. Now, if you guys have been tracking with us for a while, we will always teach the institutional supply and demand. That is the footprint, right? Understanding the footprint and building up the story. All right, let's zoom in a little bit. Reason I wanted to do this is I just wanted to establish some type of bias. I'm going to go down to maybe a 30-minute and look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I am trying to see what the market is showing me by finding pivotal areas. Are you guys tracking with me? Significant areas that the market has actually shifted. Very important. Here's one that I'm seeing right quick as well. I'll put this in blue. You guys see that? Here's another one. Okay. So let me just ask my probability question. What is the probability that this candle goes to the price of 18,728? Somebody talk to me. Is that probable? Can that happen? Let's identify it. Let's go a little bit deeper. I also want to find within a short amount of time, where are some swing points, right? Where did the market go where it swung up and it kept on going? So here's another one right quick as well. You guys see that? Put that in yellow so it stands out. You guys see it? Talk to me. Good. So 30 minutes, right? Another tool I use all the time. Did I say some of the time or all the time? All the time. I want to find out, where is the money in this move? So what am I going to do? Go into my indicators. I'm going to go to the fixed range volume profile. Boom. I'm going to take it from this swing point right quick as well. You guys see this? And I'm going to move it over. And look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Survey says we have found where the move started to take off. Come on. Mr. Paul says the weekly is up. Ah, that's good, Mr. Paul. Yes. Charger, I like this. Finding pivotal areas, significant areas where the market shifted, shift trend. Good. Good. I love when people talk like this. Does everybody see this? So what is this right quick? I'm looking for volume. Where is the volume in the market? Yes. Now, if we zoom in a little bit, right? I know you guys said that you wanted the pre-market setup, but I got to do a little bit of teaching so we can get this. And we do have a little bit of time as well. So this is just 8:21 New York. We have about an hour and some change before the market opens. But again, we want to find out if there's anything significant where we can find some money. Now, if you look at these areas right quick, and I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to go out there and put an arrow so you guys can peep these out. But this is one arrow right quick as well. Oh, I hear my babies in the background. Time to go to school. Praise God. These are called HVNs. Write this down, please. HVN. And HVN stand for high volume noise. I'm trying to make it bigger. You guys see that? Boom. So one of the pivotal things to check out whenever you're doing analysis like this is I like to identify volume because volume gives me a great story. Now, let's go a little bit deeper with this. Are you guys tracking today? You guys talk to me. Got a couple of people online. Go ahead and speak to me, please. If you haven't said good morning, don't be rude. If you come to my classroom to say good morning, coach. Hey, coach, what's up? I'm here for you. Now, watch this. As we look at the high volume noise, I want you to kind of notice something, right? And this is what's so beautiful about having this information. Right here, we see a demand zone. And right here, we see a demand zone. Notice these demand zones also happen to be where the high volume nodes were. What's significant about that? It's letting me know from a visual perspective that you can see where the institutions came and bought at or where volume came in the market because this was areas that the market was starting to take off. Are you guys tracking me? Put a number 10 if that's making some sense. So we're getting a visual representation of what that looks like. Okay? Let's keep on going. Another thing to be very aware of when you're doing this is you want to look at the edges because a lot of time the edges show you where some of the extremes are in the market. And just from personal experience, I found out that I could either be good places to take a profit or it could be good places where I anticipate that a major move perhaps is going to happen. Does that make sense? So look at this one, for example. As we draw out the volume profile, and we again had to have this move catch up, notice right at this last red candle, the market then shifted up to the upside. Is that making sense? And notice also right quick as well that we're coming right around the same place, which also happens to be in an institutional supply zone, which perhaps means that the market could sell off right here. Or right above. Write this down for your notes if you're taking notes, please. You need to be aware of where you're at all times. Shout out to Doug. Man, good to see you, brother. Good to hear from you. It's one of my favorite guys over there. Now, let me just put this note out here. And Charger, man, I really appreciate you doing this, man. You're transcripting for people. High value noise. We see demand zones. Notice that the demand zone is where the high value node is. From the perspective of the institution, this is where they did their move. Also, a good place to take profit or a move where areas are about to happen. Can be your entry area and also your stop loss. Risk reward can be defined. Folks, go ahead and tell Charger good morning. Just put a 10 for Charger right quick because he's giving you notes and helping you understand this. Here's another thing that I love what he's doing. When you're taking notes like this, you're putting it in your brain. So it's one thing just to listen to me. It's another thing to see this in action. You guys tracking? Let's keep it up. So let's get to the 5 minute. And now I'm going to say it's time for us to see, can we find some money? Did you guys see what I just did? Can we find some money? Yeah, let's look at it. Now, we're scalping right now. Everybody say that, scalping. Scalping. That means I'm looking at the time zone. I'm looking to get in or out. I'm not getting married to this. I want to find out what makes the most sense. So here's what I like to do, right? I like to put on, let's do this one. I like to put on the VWAP. If you're not familiar, you know what? Let me change it. Let me go to my other one. Let's do this one and take this one off. Okay. So what this VWAP is telling me, right? And if you haven't got used to it or what the VWAP means, I'll give a better explanation. It stands for fixed ranged volume profile used by all institutions. And it's really serving as a gauge to see what's the best price that this is going for. So if I had to move the VWAP, I'm basically wanted to track the green line. You guys see that? That's the VWAP line. And so let me just ask from what you're seeing, does it look like the VWAP line is going up? Does it look like it's going down? What is the line showing you right now? Somebody talk to me. What is the line showing you right now? Yeah, very important for us to understand this. So the line is green, which means that we're more so in an uptrend as we speak. We need to be aware that, yes, it's an uptrend, but we also are coming to an edge in the market. Do you guys see this on the volume profile? And everybody write this down, please. Even though I'm scalping, if I'm not careful, I'll get caught up in all of the going back and forth. So sometimes I need to zoom out to see where we're at. You guys see that? So when I zoom out, it shows me that it's still in an uptrend, but I am very aware that, yes, we have a supply zone happening right here and another supply zone. Does everybody understand this? So I want you mentally to put on your seatbelts, and I want you to tell yourself, I'm coming up in a supply zone. That means there is a possibility. Everybody tracking with me. There's a possibility that if I try to buy into this, it can really turn around. Does everybody understand this? So since that's the case, right, and I don't want to force a trade, let's use wisdom right quick as well. So let me just kind of pause and get some water right quick. And I just want to ask a question. If you were thinking of scalping this trade, and you guys just put a number, put a 1 in the chat if you would be comfortable going long on this trade, maybe grabbing a couple of ticks, couple of pips. Let me know if that would be you. Just put a 1 if you would feel good about that. Number 2, put a 2 if you would want some type of confirmation saying that either it's continuing going up or that you want to see it go to the downside. Put a 2 if that's you. Yep. 1, you feel good going long. 2, you want some confirmation. 3, right now it's in a supply zone. And you feel that you would just take the trade and just go short. Somebody let me know if that's you. Because we have to know what type of trader that we are. Is that fair? We have to know what type of trader that we are. Now, as I'm waiting for these numbers, you guys let me 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. Yeah. 1, 2, or 3. Who wants to scalp in a little bit, kind of go against the grain? 2, you want a confirmation. 3, it came into the supply zone. You're willing to pull the trigger and say, that's it. Yeah. Good. 1, 2, or 3. Somebody let me know, please, because that's very important. Now, let's zoom a little bit. As I'm looking at this, I have to get very comfortable of knowing what my loss can be and be willing to take the loss quickly. Let's zoom in. Let's go to the 1 minute. You guys working? 1 minute time frame, folks. Track with me. So here's another thing that I'm paying attention to, and I think it's always good to see these clusters. You guys see this? Just put that in blue. You guys see it? Look at this setup. Bunch of confirmation going back and forth. Look at this one. You guys see that? Let me just ask if you're detecting a pattern as I do this. I'm just going to draw a couple of more boxes. And as I'm doing this, let me know if you're starting to pick up anything. Can somebody let me know what you're seeing? Don't overthink it. What are you noticing? Remember, this is just 1 minute time frame. What are you noticing? Somebody talk to me. What are you noticing? Thank you, Paul. Paul said breakout. Who else? Look at this, folks. Consolidates, shoots up. consolidates, shoots up. Now, Charger, I like what you said, man, and I know this is your go-to pair. He mentioned this is the fourth wave and one more wave to the upside. That's pretty good. Everybody, let's zoom at this candle. You guys see it? Look at it, folks. What are we seeing? Let's see if we can scalp something right quick, yeah? My doggone, whatchamacallit account just got disconnected. Gosh, dog it. Take too much time for me to go and do this. But let's act like we were taking it straight. Watch this. Everybody, look at that candle. Zoom out. Look at it. Look at it. Now, Doug, you would have made some money, brother. That's confirmation, folks. Everybody see it? Look at it. Now, as it's free falling, right, like gravity, what goes up must come down. Let's still look to the right side or the left side over here. And if we look at this side, let me just ask, do you think it's going to clear a couple of areas? Oh, folks, I can't tell you. It's hard watching this. I wish that my thing was connected, man, but I got all my personal information. So, hey, let's act like we took a live trade together today, okay? Put a 10 in the chat if you guys are getting something from this training, pre-market setups. Wanted just to kind of take some time on it, right? Wanted to take some time. Looking at what's going on right quick as well. Now, watch this, ladies and gentlemen. This could be a huge manipulation where it fakes people out because they're ready to go to the upside. And it could come from here and shoot up. Is that possible? Somebody talk to me, please. Is that possible? Look at the VWAP. It's still green. But as we're looking at this, it's going back and forth. Oh, folks, if you guys know what you're doing, shout out to Jen Batters. I hope that you guys are making some money. Just put a cha-ching sign or some cash over here quick as well, because we're literally making some free money if you know what's going on right quick as well. A lot of people want signals. I think it's a lot better to actually see what's going on right quick. Look at this, folks. Look at it. Look at this. This candle is strong. Will it hit the black line? We do not know. We do not know. Watch this. You're trading futures. That's 89 ticks. That's thousands of dollars that were made right there. Are you guys tracking with me? Now, part of the reason I'm not really too upset is I've made all my money for today. I got up about 5:30, was done by 7 a.m. That's kind of a little reason I was late because I was doing some trading and made my money for the day. Doug, you're so right, brother. It said it took out all the stops. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's people that said it's going all the way to the upside. Jill, I like what you said. Liquidity grab. Look at that, taking out the stops. Look at this, folks. And I want you to start to study this. The markets have manipulation. You need to know when it's getting manipulated. You guys track with me so that it can happen. So the great thing about this is that when there is market manipulation, you want to see the market manipulate first so that you can find your entry. Let's zoom in, and then I'm going to have to get off this call because we got a training in a little bit. Got to fill in for Coach Chadwin today. So right now, something's getting developed as we speak. And I'm going to write this down because guess what? All is not lost. And this is called a fair value gap. You guys see it. It's not done yet. It's got to be over there, but there's entry. So let me just ask, would you still like the ability to find an entry on this trade? Because some of us like, man, gosh, dog it, man. Like it was moving so fast. You were talking, coach. I was listening to you. And now I wish I would have got it. So listen, no more woulda, coulda, shouldas. Let's allow this gap to play out. And when it does, we just have to be patient because we can still find an entry. Are you guys tracking with me? Let me show it to you. Now, when we look at a fair value gap, we're looking at a 3-candle formation. 3-candle formation. Are you guys seeing it? 3-candle formation. So let me help you out. Let me help you out. Watch it. There you go. Watch and spot the move. Come on. Jennifer, I like that. Watch, spot the move, execute. Absolutely. Look at this, folks. So let's identify it. Let's make it make sense. That's one. Okay. Here's two. And here is three. You guys see those numbers? 3 candles. 1, 2, 3. Morning, Michael. Good to see you, brother. Good to hear from you. 1, 2, 3. Now, we have 1 minute and 21 seconds. The reason that I'm waiting is I need the candle to close so that we can finalize the gap. Okay? And I'm going to give you guys some information today as well. I wanted to teach a little bit, as you can tell. As you can tell, I wanted to teach a little bit. I was going to try to grab me a doggone breakfast. I can at least grab a coffee after this, so this is good. So I got some time. You guys tracking? Now, I want to show something. And again, I'm waiting on this candle, so I got 50 seconds. It doesn't look like it'll shoot up. I don't know yet, but let's go ahead and be a little bit patient. I'm going to draw out this box. I'm going from wick to wick. Does everybody see this? 1, 2. 1 wick to the next wick. Let me put this in a color that sticks out because this blue is not hitting on nothing right now. All right. Let's get purple. Oh, and I'm glad I didn't do it yet. Okay, it's fighting. You guys see it? Okay. 13 seconds. 11, 10, 9, 8. All right. We're pretty much finished that one. So does everybody see this setup? This setup is golden, folks. It's golden. Please listen. It might happen right now, so I got to speed up. Typically, when there's a gap like this between the candles, the institutions like to grab it at the 50% mark, which is right here. Everybody watch this. It might happen as we speak. Normally, it'll hit this 50% mark, and then it will drop. Doesn't happen all the time, but it's pretty doggone accurate. Are you guys seeing what I'm talking about? Let me move some of this out the way. I got to change the color. I don't really like how this color's looking. Let's go. Let's do orange. Maybe that might be better. Okay, that's better. Everybody seeing this? Let me move the number 3 out the way. So look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I told you the 3-candle formation, right? Candle 1, 2, 3. Look at candle 4. Candle 4 is trying to fill up in this gap. The institutions have an algorithm. Yes. And look what, man, my God, my Jamaican brother, look at he said, the SBRs prevent the 50% reach in some cases. You are so right on that. Now look at this. I need you to see this with your eye. Listen, it has went in. Some people would have already taken a trade. Some people are waiting for it to at least grab the 50% to do this move right quick as well. And look what this candle's doing. You want it to kind of go in deep, to fill in the gap, to then short it to the downside. Put a 7 if you like that setup right quick. That is golden. you can make some money. You can make some money. Now, generally, if I'm taking that move, I like to have my take profit right around here. It's not a long move sometimes, but you go in deep, about a 50% retracement. If you got it from 18,690 to here, listen, that's a $13 move. That is a payday. Did you hear what I just said? A payday. Let me know. Oh, look at folks. It crossed the 50%. Look at it. Does everybody see it? Put a 10 if you're seeing this stuff. Let's watch it. Now, where would your stop be in something like this? Again, we got to have both sides, right? We just can't have all the dessert. Can't just have all the ice cream, right? Typically, you want to have a stop right above this high right quick as well. Maybe give it a little bit of breathing room, not too much. You guys see that? Let me know if that's making some sense. Yeah. Now, Charles said, I'm still in for a buy. You can be. Here's one thing I want us to be aware of as well. As we're trading this time frame, and let me just see if I can zoom out a little bit as well. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Okay, I'm going to do a vertical line. And what I'm doing is I'm marking out about 3 hours. You guys see that? And I'm going to go to 10. Let me zoom out. So track with me, ladies and gentlemen. From 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., listen to me, EST, this is where I'm looking for this move. 7 a.m., 10 a.m., 3 hours, I'm looking for the setup. So I'm always scanning to find out, can I find an FVG during this time frame? Because I know that potentially could be the setup that I need where I can get in and out of the market. Wow, that went 40 minutes already. Time is flying today. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. So let's zoom in and see what's going on. And then I really got to get out of here. Folks, did I not tell you guys? Typically, 50%. Look what happened. It went 50% and it's dropping. Let me just ask a question. I'm not bragging. But did I just not show that to you guys? Somebody talk to me, please. Are you getting value? Talk to me. Are you getting value? At the end of the day, I want to know, are you getting value out of these trainings? That is how we gauge ourselves. When I talk to my team, are we getting value? Look at that, folks. Let's zoom in a little bit. And every time I move, I'm sorry for doing these changes. I'm trying to get it where you guys can see everything. But yeah. Everybody seeing it? Yeah. That's free money right there, folks. Now, listen. Whenever you enter these, because remember I said this wick, a lot of times this stuff is an algorithm that kicks in place, AI. So they like to get that 50% in that one, right? You know, whenever you have that fair value gap. Again, I know we had some people that were for a buy, and please listen to me. Sometimes it will do this and break way above it. You guys understand it. That will happen. But there's a lot of times I can find the bias when I see this. So if you think about what happened, remember this candle was dropping. We waited for this candle to close. This one went above the 50%, maybe 65, 70%. And currently, as we speak, look at this, folks. It is dropping. So watch this. If you would have got in at that 50%, you would have been up $6, 70%, $7 right now, 28 ticks. Man, if you're doing 10 contracts, that's a killing. If you're doing 4 contracts, that's a killing. So I'm showing you guys what to look at, and I'm going to see if I can hang on for it a little bit. We might catch it where it comes right here quick as well. I don't know. I don't have time to watch it, but hopefully it might fall because that potentially could be a take profit. I believe wisdom says don't leave money on the table. So maybe you have multiple positions, or maybe you're doing some re-entries. It really depends on what you're looking at. Okay. So let me do this. Let's see if I can copy this chart. So I'll have the link. I don't know if I'm able to do it from here. Oh, wow. I can. So, guys, I just shared it in the chat. If you want to get a copy of this chart, I just put the link. Let me know if you guys can catch the link. I think I did it on YouTube. Also, if you're in a Facebook group, you should be able to get this as well. Hopefully, this helps you guys, but this can kind of serve as a gauge of what we're looking for, potential take profit. But I wanted to kind of put all of this stuff together. Okay. So I have to go ahead and get out of here to get ready for the next class. But go ahead and say this with me, please. Mindset, multiplication, and management, the M3 strategy. And do me a favor. Have a great day on purpose. And remember, God loves you. You're a son and daughter if you're in the faith. So if you ever doubt what's going on, if you ever doubt if God is for you, if you've ever doubt, hey, I've got so many ups and downs, guess what? He's for you. He never promised that everything was going to be peachy and easy. But he did say, cast your burdens upon me because my yoke is light. And I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I heard a word yesterday that a lot of times you might have to keep on casting that burden. So it's not, it just goes away one time. Whenever you feel yourself where you may feel so anxious and you just feel like you're out of control and you're so worried about what's going on, that's when you need to reiterate that scripture and say, Lord, I can't handle it. Lord, I need to give this to you. Lord, help me, lift me. I need your help. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, asking for help is a very noble thing because we have a very big creator. So with that being said, be blessed on purpose. Love you guys. Cheers. God bless. Thank you.